What is happening, guys? Rules for Rebels here, and today we're going to be talking about Amazon merch, and specifically I wanted to talk about titles, tags, and descriptions. So you can have the greatest t-shirt in the world, but if your titles, tags, and descriptions don't have keywords that kind of categorize or organize what your shirt is about, nobody's going to find it. So you can have an awesome yoga shirt, but if you don't have the word yoga or namaste or downward dog or something yoga related in the title, tags, and or description, nobody's going to be able to find your shirt, right? So that's what we're talking about today. When it comes to eBay, Amazon, there's a lot of people out there who, you know, are purported experts in what it takes to rank. And while none of us truly know what it takes to rank on any particular sites like search algorithm, because obviously they don't want everybody just hacking the system and, you know, gaming the system and getting their shirts to the top. So they never, you know, eBay, Amazon, Etsy, whatever, they never tell us exactly what they're looking for, but they do give us some hints. And with eBay and Amazon and platforms that have been around a little bit longer, we tend to have a little bit of a better idea what it takes to rank. However, Amazon merch is still pretty new, and none of us really know what the best strategy is for ranking. And even when you go out there and search for information, there's not nearly as much stuff out there about how to rank or how you should do your title, tags, and product description on merch as there are on some other platforms. So I kind of have the way that I've been doing things. I've been watching, or I should say listening to Merch Minds, which is Glenn from Hustler Hacks, has an Amazon merch podcast. I think they're up to 28 or 38 episodes. I've listened up through episode number 3 or 4, and I picked up some good tips from them. Some stuff I hear from them is new, and it's news to me, and I learned from them. Other things are things that I already knew, but it kind of solidifies or echoes what I'm already doing, and it kind of makes me, okay, I must be on the right track because these other guys who are having success are also doing the same thing as me. So if you're looking for tips on Amazon merch, definitely check out, you know, if you got, I don't know, the iTunes store or, I think I use Podcast Addict. Check out Glenn's podcast, Merch Minds is what it's called. But when it comes to titles, tags, and descriptions, here's kind of, I'll kind of share what I do. And also, I'd like to open up the comment section to you guys to kind of share your strategies, what you're doing, what you find that works and what doesn't work. Because I find that oftentimes the most helpful stuff in a video is in the comment section. So I definitely want you guys being active and adding to the comment section here as well. So for a title, I don't know, we'll just use a shirt like Bacon, for example. Glenn and Young seem to say keep the title short and simple. So don't put the whole phrase that's on your t-shirt in the title. You probably want to keep it more short. So if I have a shirt about yoga, I might just call it yoga shirt. I'm not necessarily going to be like yoga namaste downward dog shirt. You know, they kind of recommend keeping it kind of simple. I tend to go a little bit longer with my titles. So if we had a shirt about bacon, I might have a title that says like Bacon Makes Me Poop t-shirt, great for foodies. So my titles tend to run a little bit longer. I don't know if that's good or bad. But I'd be curious to hear what you guys are doing in terms of your titles. Are you keeping it very short, like great shirt for stepmoms, even if the shirt is like about knitting? Or are you trying to be more targeted and going longer tail with your titles? Now, when it comes to product description, with at least one line of the product description, I like to put t-shirt says, and then whatever the quote or phrase on the t-shirt is in quotes. And I'll tell you the reason that I like to do that. On Instagram, for example, you can't have clickable links in individual pictures, right? You can have a clickable link in your bio, but you can't have a clickable link in a picture. So let's say somebody features my t-shirt on their Instagram profile, or even let's say that I reach out and I pay somebody on Instagram to do a sponsored post, but obviously they're not going to put my link in their profile bio. So somebody sees my shirt, they like my shirt, but there's not a clickable link. And even if they did include a link, nobody's going to be like, you know, put in like a shortened Amazon link, like amzn./567a93. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. So what a lot of people do, if they did see my t-shirt and like my t-shirt, would probably be to go do a Google search or even search on Amazon. So my shirt says, I don't know, bacon makes me poop. So somebody goes on Google and types in, you know, bacon makes me poop t-shirt. Well, if at least one of my bullet points says t-shirt says bacon makes me poop, that person is probably fairly likely to find my shirt. So that's one reason I like to do that in one line of the bullet points. in another line of bullet points, some people will just like keyword stuff, and I guess it depends on what your definition of keyword stuffing is. Some people say keyword stuffing is putting in non-relevant phrases. So let's say I have a shirt about basketball. If I'm like basketball, NBA, basketball volleyball, comma, basketball hockey, comma, basketball baseball, that's keyword stuffing for sure, right? Because baseball has nothing to do with basketball. However, other people, if they have a basketball shirt, may put like basketball, double dribble, comma, three-pointer, comma, triple double, comma, and one, comma, big jumps. You know what I mean? Like, they don't really have a phrase or a full sentence in there, but they're just stuffing in relevant keywords. Some people say that's keyword stuffing. Other people say that's not keyword stuffing. I try to go with a full sentence just to kind of be on the safe side. I don't want to piss off Amazon. So I might do something like for the bacon shirt, like, you know, one line might say, shirt says bacon makes me poop. And then the other one might be, bacon t-shirt, great for foodies, chefs, cooks, barbecuers, and people who love to grill. So even though it's not like the most cohesive sentence, at the very least it is kind of a full sentence, and I am managing to get a lot of keywords in there. So that's kind of how I kind of tend to do mine. I heard kind of a different take on this from Young, who again is a co-host of Glenn's show, Hustler Hacks, Merch Minds. And what Glenn said he does is a single word for each bullet point. So, you know, he's doing a shirt about bacon. Bullet point 1, bacon. Bullet point 2, meat. End of story. So that's kind of bullet points. Again, I'd love to hear what you guys are doing for bullet points. What are you having success with, and what are you not having success with? Is there anything that you've heard works? Please drop your comments below, because, you know, I'm just kind of doing what comes natural to me and what I think is going to work. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I'm kind of shooting in the dark as much as you guys are, but that just tends to be what I'm doing. As for the product description, I don't fill out a product description. Early on I did, and it felt very forced. Like, I was pretty much just copying and pasting my bullet points into the product description a second time, which may get you dinged for like duplicate. I don't want to say dinged isn't like a penalty, but may basically do nothing because it's like duplicate content. You know, you could do a little write-up about like, people who love bacon are sure to love this t-shirt. If you love to grill, you'll probably love this t-shirt. You know, you could do something like that. I had heard Glenn from Hustler Hacks on another video say that he doesn't fill out the product description, so I started not filling them out, basically just because he did. I don't know if I agree with that strategy, even though I'm doing it. I think maybe just like laziness and kind of not really knowing what to write in that section is what's keeping me from filling it out. But typically on most platforms, whether it be eBay, Amazon, YouTube, whatever, if there's a section for you to fill out, you should fill it out. You know, I talk about on YouTube, I've done some videos about like best practices in terms of ranking videos, and you want a title, you want a description, you want tags, you even want to go into the advanced fields and do like the date that this was created, where was this video made. You know, you want to try to fill out as much stuff as possible, even in the case of like eBay. Title, description, and then you also typically want to put in as many item specifics and as many pictures as possible. So if we keep that same logic with Amazon merch, I guess maybe I should be filling out my description or my product descriptions. Maybe something that's something that I'll do in the near future. But I would love to hear from you guys. Are you filling out your product descriptions on your merch designs? If so, like what type of verbiage or lingo are you putting in there? And then one other thing I wanted to add, I'm going to make a separate video covering this, but just a couple things that you're going to want to make sure you're not doing. No cussing. Keep your t-shirts PG. You might be able to get away with PG-13, but you know, if in doubt, you probably don't want to put the t-shirt out. I guess that rhymes, huh? I'm a poet and I don't know it. So yeah, that's one thing. Another thing, you are not allowed to make any reference to Amazon, Amazon FBA, 2-day shipping, made in USA, where the t-shirts are manufactured. And that's something I see a lot of people doing, is they might put in their listing like, you know, fast shipping, ships to you in 2 days, Prime eligible, you know, something like that. Amazon doesn't want you putting stuff like that. In my experience, Amazon has come into like periods where their certain t-shirt sizes aren't available or shipping slower. It may take a week before they print the shirt and another couple days to go out. Also, I think merch shirts are being sold in Europe and stuff like that. I suppose it's possible maybe they're sourcing their shirts from elsewhere and they don't want you putting like shirt made in USA because that shirt might not be made in USA. But whatever, you're not allowed to put any reference to Amazon FBA 2-day shipping or where the t-shirts are made. So make sure you're not putting that stuff in your listings. That's sure to get you banned. No cussing, no keyword stuffing, and what keyword stuffing is kind of up for debate, but kind of be careful with that as well. But yeah, the main focus of this video was just kind of talking about like what are you doing for your titles, your bullet points, and your description. I did want to briefly kind of touch on like some best practices and some things you don't want to violate in terms of Amazon merch terms of service, but would love to hear from you guys what you're doing for your merch titles, your merch bullet points, and your merch description. What have you heard works? What have you seen in your own life, in your own account that works? Feel free to drop your comments below. And I'll be putting out some more content about merch later on this week, so stay tuned for that. Catch you guys tomorrow for Side Hustle Tuesdays, and we'll see you on the next video, guys.